So what is up, guys? I thought I'd give you guys my impressions of Destiny's Rise of Iron DLC, and I figured I'd wait till I kind of experience everything there more or less is to offer in the DLC. I haven't tried Iron Banner yet, but I think it's safe to assume Iron Banner Year 3 is kind of going to play out more or less the same way it has played previously in Year 2 and Year 1. But hopefully there's some really cool gear to grind out in Iron Banner. But in terms of Destiny's Rise of Iron DLC story mode, there's not really much to be seen there. There's literally like 4 story missions, really short. There's no real standout personality or performance. Lord Saladin is very serious, not very interesting. In terms of Cade and how he performed in Taken King, where his charming wit and stuff, Saladin is, well, he's Saladin. He's not much for talking. He's not very charming or funny. Very serious. They have a new hunter guy who gives you some other quests named Shiro. He's not much of a personality either. He's got, the Lucky Raspberry on. That's kind of cool. It's kind of nice to see. And then there's a new Cryptarch lady in the new social space. This new social space, Fellwinter's Peak, is very cool. I love the aesthetics of it. I love the wolves all over the place. And it looks very Game of Thronesy, very cool. I love the way the art style looks in Rise of Iron. And the musical score in Rise of Iron is phenomenal. But in terms of story missions, if you were looking to see like an evolution of Destiny's story, I mean, and most people would argue Taken King's story was a step in the right direction with some actual cutscenes and some standout personalities. Rise of Iron is a step back in terms of that. There's no real standout personalities, not many cutscenes. The few there are look cool, but it is kind of disappointing to see it kind of revert back to the Dark Below House of Wolves format, which is cobble story missions, nothing real spectacular, nothing memorable. But in terms of quests, they have 4 exotic quests, but it's a little kind of cheating to say there's truly 4, because the 4th one, which is the Thorn one, is literally the same quest from Year 1. Literally, you just turn in bounties, you get the Thorn, and you even do the exact same steps. You go into Crucible, get Void Kills, you do the new remake Fogoth Strike, and you kill him, and you get the Thorn. I mean, it's literally the same quest from Year 1. The Iron Gallahorn quest, or the Gallahorn quest, is actually very cool, very fun to do, and at the end you have a blast, you get to go ham with it, and that one's really fun. The Outbreak Prime, which is the raid weapon, the pulse rifle, is a very cool quest. I mean, you gotta do a bunch of math, and the way you do it in the raid is very unique, very fun. I love the Outbreak Prime quest. It's a very fun quest to do and figure out with all my friends. In terms of Archon's Forge is literally Court of Oryx, like renamed with some fallen enemies. There's nothing much to talk about. There are some really cool drops that you can farm out there, so if you want to get some good weapons, I would say play Archon's Forge, because there are some really good ones there, but nothing much to be said there. It's literally just Court of Oryx, but with fallen enemies. The raid, I know, has been a very divisive thing with a lot of people. A lot of people feel it's too easy, a little short. And in general, I feel like it is very easy, very short, but that doesn't deter from the fact that it's a very fun raid. The final encounter in particular requires a lot of communication at all times. Everyone has to be doing something at all times, calling things out and doing something. And I think it's a very fun final boss encounter. The Zamboni encounter it's very cool and unique when you do it the first time, but we'll have to see how it plays on a heroic, because in terms of difficulty, it is very easy, it is very straightforward, but it's a very interesting encounter, I'll say that. And the first boss encounter in the raid is very straightforward. You kind of just toss some Siva bombs at him and then you unload at him. Nothing too complicated about the first boss encounter in the raid, but like I said, I feel like the raid doesn't really stack up to King's Fall or Vault of Glass, but it is very fun. Like, I'm not saying it's a terrible raid, but it isn't the best raid in Destiny, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see how it plays on a heroic, but it is a fun raid. It's very short, very sweet. I don't really have a problem with it being short. I'm not really expecting Destiny to ever offer a World of Warcraft level raid experience where you're just in there for hours on end. The fastest raid run for what was it called? The raid in Rise of Iron was done in under 2 hours, so it was a very short, very quickly breeze through raid, but I'm okay with short and sweet as long as it's a very fun raid, and I feel like it is a very fun raid, so there's that. Trials of Osiris, which I was most looking forward to in Rise of Iron, is back, and there are some really amazing weapons you can earn in Trials of Osiris, like the sniper, like the pulse rifle, like the scout rifle. So for those who are looking for some really good weapons, definitely play Trials of Osiris, because there's some great loot to be grabbed there. But Supremacy is a new mode they added, but it's basically just kill confirm in Destiny, so I mean, kill confirm's kill confirm. It's always a fun mode in Call of Duty or in Destiny, but there's not much to be said. I mean, it plays the same way it would. Very shotgun heavy, you kind of have to with the current meta in Destiny, but In terms of Rise of Iron as a DLC as a whole and how I'd rate it, it is a little bit better than, the Dark Below and House of Wolves, but it is not as good as Taken King. It doesn't have as much content. The story isn't as good as Taken King. It's not as epic. Most people would say the raid isn't as good as King's Fall or even Vault of Glass, but like I said, it is a very interesting, unique DLC. I would say if you're a Destiny fan, you're going to pick it up just because you've been starving for content. But in terms of where I'd rate it, it isn't as good as Taken King. It doesn't add new subclasses and a bunch of new exotic quests. We'll have to see if Bungie adds any more stuff down the line with Rise of Iron. But like I said, it's not as good as Taken King, but it is a little bit better than the Dark Below and House of Wolves. But I figured I'd give you kind of a short impressions video of what I thought about Rise of Iron's DLC. And hopefully you guys have fun playing the DLC, because I've been having a little bit fun more on the PvP side. But that's it for this short little video. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Leave your thoughts and comments below on what you guys think of Rise of Iron, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.